need to practice a bit more. My name is Matias Salgado. I'm 25 years old. Originally, I was born and raised in Buenos Aires, Argentina. Now we are in my studio in Rotterdam. So I started painting when I was about 15 years old. So back in Buenos Aires, I would go to this painting course every Tuesday after school. I think my training started there. My teacher would teach us how to place the subject in the space. Yeah, I remember getting super frustrated because I could not actually place the whole figure in the frame. But so I remember something he told me, it always stuck with me. He said, your figures are just too big for this frame, you know? And he said something that I loved, which is, your figures are monumental, like you're a monumental painter, which all my frustration went away right away. For me, it's the fascination of telling, you know, different stories. So each painting, you know, I try to make it as characteristic as possible, having each of them its own personality. The images, they mostly come from sources from back home, right? Images that I've recollected or you know, from newspapers or magazines. Let me see. Is it this one? So you got this with this. I think most of the work, there's a common denominator between all of them, which is like consumption, right? So the consumption of food or the consumption of whatever. But yeah, that's something that I always take into consideration when building the painting. You know, the patterns, the letters, the texture, the linear work, the strokes. So in that way, I think I'm like a maximalist, right? I try to put as much as possible, and then I got to like work the balance in order to not put too much of it and to make it look, you know, pleasant, you know. Now I started trying out a new medium, so I started sculpting. I tried to place as much gesture as possible on it. So I want to create like a dialogue in between two different medias in which you have painting, but also at the same time a sculpture, you know, which is a face. And then you can place the sculpture in front of the painting and create this sort of interesting dialogue in between one face and another one, with it being one in 3D and the other one in 2D. I always work towards like a specific event. So what I do is I place all the canvases in around the room, and I work them all at the same time. Otherwise, I risk the overworking one of them. If I see that one is not really working out, I work it more than the other ones. When do I know when the paintings are finished? Actually, it's a very tough question for me, because I think I can continue working on them. But I play so much with the paintings that, you know, I can keep on trying things without risking it to ruin the painting. But usually it's finished when the truck comes and picks them up and they just take them out of my studio. So it's basically you have to take them out of my hands in order for them to be finished. Yeah.